In this video, I want to show how to tie a 7-part, 5-bight Bight Casa knot. And the sobre means over. The standing end is coming out over the outside bight when you finish your knot. You'll see that when we get done tying our knot. So let's just get started, and we're going to go over our mandrel and come back and go over. Then we go over. Now we go over 2. Then we go over 2. And now we go over 3. 1, 2, 3. And under our standing end. Now we're going to go, that was in that move. Now we're right here, and we're going to go over 3 and under this outside bight. Just like that. Now we're going to go, we're in this move, so we're going to go over 2, under 1, over 1, and under the outside bight. Now we're going to go over 2, right there, under 1, over 1, and under the outside bight. That was that move. Now we're at our last move. We're going to go over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1, over 1, and under our outside bight. Kind of square up our knot a little. That brings us back to our standing end, and our standing end is going over the outside bight. So to finish this knot, we need to go over, and under to marry up right there. And then we're going to be following this strand on that side. So where we've got this string marrying up with this string under this bight, we want to pull our standing bight or standing part under these outside bights. So it's just coming under 3 like that, so it'll be buried nice and be out of our way. And right here's where we're going to start our 2-pass herringbone. So we're going to get this out of my way, and we're following the left hand side of our standing part, doing what it's doing. So it's over, under, under. Now we're tying a herringbone interweave, so you're using this outside X. But where this was a sobre knot, we're going to tie the herringbone with the over method of going over our 2X instead of under our 2X. So we're going to go over 2X and under into the knot. See how it went over that 2X right there. Now we're going to go over 1, under 1, Another thing I want to show you is when you have a sobre knot where it's coming out and going over and back under, or going this way, it's coming under your outside bight and then over. If it's an odd number of parts, if you turn this around, it's a regular knot on this side. See how this comes out over and goes in under? That's a regular. So whenever you have an even number of parts, it's regular on one side and sobre on the other. That's a good thing to know when you're tying a multi-strand knot. You can look at the two ends. If both ends are the same, it's even number of parts. If it's sobre on one end and regular on the other end, it's an odd number of parts. Okay, let's get back to this knot. We went under. Now we're going to go over, and we've got a pair right here. So we're going to split a pair and go under 2. Now we're going to go over 2x. So we're going over 1 this way and over 1 going back into our knot. And we go under right there for over 2x. And then it's under, over, under. We go over 1, split a pair, and out under 2. And then we make our over 2x and come in under 1. Now we're going to go over 1, split a pair, so we go under 2. And we're going to go over 1, split a pair, so we go under 2. And we're doing an over 2x. So it's over and back over and under 1. Then it's over 1, split a pair, and under 2. We're going to go over 1, split a pair, and under 2. We go over our 2x. So over that one and over that one. Then we come in under, and we're splitting a pair, so we go under 2. Now we go over 1, and we split a pair, so we go under 2. We go over 1, split a pair, go under 2. Now we do our over 2x. We split that pair and go in under 2. We go over 1, split a pair, under 2. We go over 1 and split a pair and go under 2, and we're splitting a pair coming out. So now we go out over 2 and back in over 1 for a 3x. 1, 2, 3. Split a pair coming in and go under 2. Now we're going to go over 1, split a pair, under 2. Oh, we split a pair coming out, so we go over 2. Split a pair going in, so we go under 2. We split a pair coming out, so we go out over 2 and turn and come back in over 1 for our over 3x. We split a pair, so we're going to go under 2. Go over 1, split a pair, under 2, splitting a pair, over 2, split a pair, under 2, splitting a pair. We go out over 2, come back in over 1 for our over 3x. We're splitting a pair right here. So we go in under 2. We split a pair there, so we go over 2, we're splitting a pair there, we go under 2, we split a pair there, we're going over 2, splitting a pair, under 2, splitting a pair, and now we're going to go out over 2 and in over this 1 for our 3x, over 2 and then over 1 for 3x. And it comes in and it marries up with that string right there to finish our interweave string. So this string and this string married up to finish our primary knot. This string and this string married up to finish our interweave string. Now we're going to get another string and we're going to tie. Okay, this finished our 2-pass herringbone. We want to tie a horn knot, and a horn knot, you tie a pineapple interweave inside of the 2-pass herringbone. This is a 7-part 5-bight primary knot. Your interweave knot for a type 1 pineapple is 2 parts less than your primary knot. So 2 less than 7 is a 5, and we've tied a 5-bight knot. So our 5-bight knot is going to make our pineapple interweave a 5-part 5-bight knot. It takes 5 strands to tie it. So we're going to go up and back and finish and restart. Up and back, finish, restart. So it's going to make this a very interesting knot. So now what we want to do, this is our interweave string. We're going to be on the right hand side of that interweave string. So we want to go in, see our standing in from our primary knot. We're going to go in right alongside of it, and this is where it would come up. But we want to do our restarts in the center of our knot. I'm going to pull this up so we can. So I've went under 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we went under 5 right there. So we went under 5, and then it would have went over these 2 and under these 2 to be right here. So we want to start our interweave right here, where this string would have went over and under. We want to start right there. So I'm going to go under 4 more to start my knot right there, my pineapple interweave. And this will come clearer when we come back around and finish right here. Okay, so now this is where we start our pineapple interweave. And we go over 2, and now we would have went under 2 that way, but we turn and come back under 2 that way for our 4x. Okay. Now we're going to go over 2, under 2. And then we're going to go over 2. It's under 2 this way, and then under 2 that way for a 4x. See our 1, 2, 1, 2? That's our 4x right there. And we're coming up right alongside of this string. That's the one we were following. Okay, so that finishes our first up and back. So when this went in here, see how it would marry up that string right there? So we got to restart right there. So we're going to go under 2 this way, under 2 that way, and then under 2 more right there. So we're going under 4 right here and 2 that way to get in our next path. Okay, so these two marry up and we start a new interweave. And here is a pair, so we go over 2. We're going under 3 this way and back under 2 this way for 5x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to go over 2, under 2. Now that we've got that color, it's easy to see where we go in, because we're going to go, oh, I made a mistake here. Just a second, back up, back up. It's not a 5x. It's still a 4x. Okay, right here. Here's our pair. I was thinking that was a pair. Okay, so we're going to go over 3 and split that pair. That's our pair. So it's over 3 under 4x. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, that makes more sense. Okay. I was thinking out ahead of myself. Over 2, under 2. Now we go over 3 and see our pair right here and right here. And we go under 4x to get right over there. Now we're going to go over 2 and under to marry up with that string where we started our new one. And then we're going to turn and go over, and we got a pair, so we got to go under the blue and come up right there to start a new path for our interweave. So we're marrying up right there. Start a new path. And now we're going to go over 3, split that pair, under 4x. Over 2, under 3 to split that pair. And that also helps keep this string lined up with the one it married right there. Now we're going to go over 3 to split this pair and under 4x. 2 that way and 2 that way. Now where this knot is really useful is when you tie a 5-bight multi-strand knot, like on the nose knot of a boselle, and you want to put 2 zigzags in it. This is the way you would interweave that 5-bight multi-strand knot to make 2 zigzags on your nerve button. Okay, I went under and come up to split this pair right there. Now we've got a pair here, but we got to go past and come to here. We're splitting that pair. So we went in here and come up clear over there. So this knot, you could say, has a lot of junk in the trunk because of all these crosses. So it really builds up your foundation. Okay, over 3, split a pair, under 4x. Now we're going to go over 3 and split this pair. Here's our pair. And then under 3 and split that pair. And you can see our strand that's going across. The string is going, we're above it, but we didn't really count it for our over 3. So we actually would have went over 4 if you're counting that blue one down there. But anyway, you want to split that pair and go and split this pair. So you're wanting to look more at your pairs than counting how many overs and unders it is. So we're going to split this pair going in, and we're going to go under 4x and come out right there following that strand. Now we're going to go over 3, split pair going in, go under, that's where it marries up, and we got to keep going till we get past that blue one right there to split that pair. Okay, over 3, split a pair. Now we're going under 5x to split that pair. 2 that way and 3 that way. Now we're going to go over 3, split that pair, under 3 and split that pair. And now we're going to split this pair going in and go under 5x. Get past that blue one. For 2 that way and 3 that way is our 5x. And we're going to go over 3, split that pair, and then see how it goes under 3 and marries up with that, because this is where we started. This finished our horn knot tied from a 7-part 5-Bight Casa knot. And I wanted to show you and compare it. This is our 5-Bight horn knot. And see how it made it pretty round where we had all that junk underneath between our knot and our collar. It made our collar more domed. This is the horn knot we tied from a 7-part 6-Bight Casa knot. And they were on the same collar, but see how much bigger and more domed that is because of all the junk we had underneath going to cross. And another thing I wanted to point out is where this is a 6 bite knot. See how short our V is? And where this is a 5 bite knot, see how much longer our V is? It's got to spread out more to get around everything. So that is comparing a 5 bite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and see everything was up on top of that collar quite a bit, where this one you can kind of see the herringbone bites, and the interweave bite is right there on the edge of that collar. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope there's more knots than just 4 bite and 6 bite knots and 5 bite knots. There's some of them that are laid in one right after the other one, like a 4-5 and a 6-5 lay in just like that. But when you go to a 7-5, they're tied different. And also, this showed that we can tie a 5-5 inside of it if we keep restarting our knot. And by restarting that knot, that can be very handy in a 5 bite nose knot to do 2 zigzags on the nerve knot. So I hope you will try tying this knot, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you for watching.